What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive, and it's time for our next cleanup video. The base here, obviously, that we're looking at, we'll scout it out, show you where everything was, and then start talking about the attacks. This guy had a giant bomb here, roughly in there, and over here. Then he had his Teslas here, and there. Now, this base had been attacked before the first attacker we're going to watch, which is the Underground, hit it, but it was myself and it was an aerial attack, so the giant bombs were not exposed, but the Teslas were, and so at least these two bombs, you have to know they're there. I mean, that's the only ones that make sense, as he would put 4 bombs out here with no defenses around it. Not real smart if he did that. So I would say that, you know, those two were known, these were not. That being said, I want to touch on this base real quickly before we even get into the way the attacks were done and tell you why I think that the way BP did it was the way it should have been done initially. Obviously, it's very tempting to spread your hogs along the bottom when it comes to that point. Excuse me, to do an Asian wall of that type and just send them in because all these defenses are clumped up here. But there's a reason that that's not a good idea. And it is, look at what defenses are down there. You've got 3 point defense, and the rest is splash damage. Mortars, wizard towers. Now, the things that take out your hogs are not splash damage. Mortar, wizard towers, they shoot too slow. There's not enough damage coming. By the time that they can take out hogs, the hogs have already well overran them. So for that reason, it's much better to come in the top of this base than it is from the bottom. You're going to take all these point defense out up here while you still have the majority of your hogs alive, while you're dropping heal spells, they're standing in it. All this up here, all this point defense, that's what's a real danger to your hogs. So if you look at this base, a heal here, a heal there, 1 here and 1 here, and this base is over, because by the time they get down here to the bottom, it won't matter. There's not enough damage coming to them to take them out. So that's the way that I feel like this base should be attacked, just if you're scouting it in general before you even know where everything is or before it's been attacked. If you're doing it with hogs, the top down is the better to do that. If you have a bunch of defenses like that, always try to take out the point defense first, because that's when your hogs are the most powerful. Things are going down quicker because everything's going to go down in 1 hit because you've got all your hogs at full force at that point. You haven't lost any to spring traps. You haven't lost any to just defenses taking them out. Not to mention that because of the queen's location down here, when your kill squad comes in, you're going to take out a few of these defenses just while the kill squad's, you know, taking out the queen. So roughly these here are going to be wiped out anyways, and all you're really talking about is what's left on this side. But let me clean all this out of the way. That's just a quick how I feel like it should be attacked, even just scouting the base. But now we'll talk about the way that that the Underground did it, which was not a bad attack. Got most of the base taken care of, just sort of ran out of juice. Underground started with a few balloons up here, which is fine. That's a good trade. I think he dropped 3 balloons. It took out this archer tower and this mortar. That's great because that helps with your hogs' travel time. That's a good trade. Two defenses taken out for 3 balloons. I'll take that every time. So that was fine. Then drops a few hogs down here just to get the clan castle lure. They do take out this mortar, so that's good. Brings the siege sea troops over to the side here. Just drops some anchors, wizard witches. All that's fine and dandy. Drops a golem, comes in, gets the queen taken out. All that goes well, and that was all done correctly and done well. But then, as we spoke about, he does do an Asian wall along the bottom here. Now, he did not know these bombs were here, but really it was insignificant because he's going to have to drop a heal in this location anyways. There's too many defenses there to not use a heal, so the hogs almost immediately got back into the heal. That's not a big deal. Now, it might have rushed him a little bit on his heal, and the placement might have been a little off because he didn't include these giant bomb locations here in his heals. maybe just a slight bit of panic when you see those bombs go off and all your hogs are in the red. I understand that. But then he has to drop his heels again to take care of the bombs in the middle. And it just causes his hogs to run out of juice. Once these Teslas pop and they get to about this point, his hogs are out of heals, and all this point defense at that time is shooting in on them. The X-bows, the cannons, the archer towers, it's all hitting his hogs, and he's got no heals left for him. So again, that's why you want to, if you have a choice, that's why you want to take out the highest point defense area with your hogs first. But we'll watch how Underground does it, and then we'll come back to the drawing board and talk about how BP did it. Okay, the balloons go down up top. Again, that's a good trade. There's nothing wrong with that. Take out the archer tower, and then they move in and take out the mortar as those two outside archer towers get in range and take them out. He's not going to get the lure there because of the clan castle placement, but that's no big deal. He does send a few hogs down here at the bottom just to take out the cannon and to get that clan castle emptied out. That goes perfectly, about the right numbers. He just got a few hogs with low health there by the time the CC is emptied out. Brings them over to the side, starts dropping anchors, bringing them over. We'll stop for a drink of beer real quick while he does that. All right, witches, barbs, wizards, queen, all that goes down. Really takes out the CC real nicely with no witches to worry about. You know, there's nothing to catch up on. Those skeletons are running in there, doing their job, distracting, and that archer queen and that wizard are back there just sniping, basically. Excuse me. Golem goes down. Everything's going great here. Wallbreaker busts that wall, but as he tries to send some wallbreakers in here to the side, the queen had not targeted the golem, and she just kept on shooting those skeletons and wallbreakers. But no big deal. The king's right there. He's going to get in. There you see the Asian wall coming in, and you'll see what I'm talking about there, how his heels were not placed perfectly. I think that was probably just a little bit rushed because of, oh God, there's the bombs, and that happens to all of us. But the hogs are really not, he has to drop another heel there. That one's not perfectly placed because of the fact that he was trying to cover those hogs getting hit by the second bombs. And then as they move up, on the right side they're still in heel, on the left side they're completely exposed. A few skeletons beating on them, the X-bow, 3-point defense, and same thing on the right side with the king beating on them, even though they're standing in heel. It's just too much point defense. It's overwhelming to the hogs, and once they get the Teslas taken out, they're done. So at that point, he does have a few loons in the bag. Probably would have been better off bringing 4 more hogs, but still a good attack. Took out most of the base. The bottom half of the base was wrecked. Is going to get the majority of the base taken care of. Just that top part with those point defense didn't have enough juice for it. So not a bad attack by any means by Underground, just probably not the most optimal way to do it. So let's go back to the drawing board, look at how BP did it, and then we'll watch that attack. Okay, looking at the map again, the way BP did it, he sent in 2 balloons. I think he actually came from the right side, but either way, just took out the archer tower. It did not get down to the mortar, but the way he was sending his hogs in, there was no need to penetrate more there. Then he drops a giant here and some wall breakers, goes ahead and opens this wall up, and then sends a hog in to trigger that bomb, and then sends a hog in here to trigger this bomb. So he's already got this opened up and got the CC lured out. He brings them over to the side the same way the Underground did it, anchor, witchers, wizards, queen, all that good stuff. And then as they start taking care of the CC troops, he drops his golem from this direction where he's already cleared, followed by his king. They go right in, take the queen out, and then he sends his hogs in from the top. He just does a 2-finger drop, basically, coming in like this. So they all work their way through. He starts dropping his heels in this area, gives one over here, and you'll see as we talked about, all of this is getting taken out by his kill squad in this area. So really only the right side remains. As his hogs move through, he actually has basically an extra heal. If he'd have placed it right there, he wouldn't have had to even use it, but he uses another one here and then a 4th one there. He's just got so much coverage. His hogs are standing in heels basically the whole time, and just because he took out all this point defense, these splash damage, just a group of 8 or 9 hogs, they are not going to get wrecked by that. They're just not going to. They're going to take them out too quickly because they're low HP buildings. A mortar, a wizard tower, they're not high HP buildings. In one swing from 7 or 8 hogs, once all 7 or 8 hogs have swung their hammer, the buildings are going to be down. So they might get only a couple of shots off for a wizard tower or maybe even just one shot off for a mortar. It's just not going to take your hogs out. So we'll watch how BP does it, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, watching how BP does it here. Again, just a couple balloons in from the top. Again, not needing to get any deeper than that. That Archer Tower is the only thing he really wanted to take out with that. And then, as we said, down low, wall breakers coming in, then a giant to just help with the lure, to trigger that bomb, a hog to back it up, and on the right side, a hog just for the bomb trigger, and maybe finish off the CC lure, which he drops one more extra just to make sure it's empty, which it is. Then over to the side, witches, barbs, all the normal stuff we see there. Again, with no skeleton in this CC, it's witches just wreck a CC like that because they're so much slower shooting and they're constantly hitting those skeletons when the archer queen and the wizard that he drops are just sort of sniping and taking them out one at a time. Golem goes down, backed up by the king, so immediately they're locked onto the queen. They just got to get through that wall, and then that's sort of predetermined, so already BP is sending in his hogs. They're going to take care of things down there. All he's got to do is watch his hero's health, use the abilities when it's time to. And then you'll see he's not even dropped a heal yet. They've already taken out a few defensive buildings. Right there, he starts to drop his heals, keep his hogs up. But because look at what they've done down here in the bottom. Like I said, that left side's already being taken care of by the kill squad. Only the right side remains. His hogs are going to funnel that direction. So now the next heal he drops, all of his hogs are getting the benefit of it. Just a really nice, well thought out attack. Again, see how he's holding this heal there? He doesn't even need it. That splash damage is not going to be detrimental to his hogs. Really, the biggest threat at this point is those skeletons and that barbarian king. And you see how he's almost got, he's overlapping heals at this point at the end. Just wrecks it. So even while they're cleaning up the barb king and the skeletons, they're standing in a heal. So just a really, really nice attack by BP. Just absolutely crushed that base. You're not always going to see a base like this, guys, where it's real heavy splash damage in one area and real heavy point defense in one area. But it's something to think about. If you do see it, obviously, coming from the point defense side, but even on a normal base, think about point defense versus splash damage when you're using your hogs, because again, hogs are not very susceptible to splash damage unless they're exposed to it for a long period of time, which when you have your hogs in a large enough group, that's not going to be the case. So hope you guys learned something from this. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great weekend. Until next time, Jake from One Hive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.